Fortin does not go through to Esplanade, so we'd never have known what we were missing if we hadn't filled up on crawfish and oysters at Liuzza's, then walked down to see the gates of the fairgrounds, where we found a house float decorated for Mardi Gras as a tribute to the famous JazzFest, which would have been happening this Sunday if not for COVID. And there the owner had told us to keep on going just a little bit further. That's how we ended up at Tom O'Connor's, the guy with a long white beard who looks like Santa in a Harley Davidson T-shirt, smoking a thick cigar. There in front of Tom's house, the place where he works, dispensing legal advice, often pro bono, he's got a crawfish boil going, giving out a boatload, all you can eat for free. He's set out seats, drinks, has paid a brass band led by Glenn David Andrews to play on the porch, and they're channeling the greatest of the Neville brothers, Alan Toussaint, doing John Boutet, on, and in that typical way things happen here by the bayou. We find ourselves taken in by the kindness of strangers, occupying the street as cars give way to revelers, a couple big-time lawyers, a politician, mixing with those costumed and tattooed residents of Fortin. There's Monty, the developer we just met on the Greenway, and Lorenzo, who graduated from Oakland Tech 20 years before I started working there. There's a tiny woman with a parasol handing out white handkerchiefs that say, Gayle McCormick O'Connor, Hell on High Heels. And then I notice in front of the house, there's an altar with her picture set out on the Harley. She died during this last very long year and was born in 1956. That's Gayle, too, on a big blown-up banner hanging off the porch with her hands uplifted. I hardly have time to stop and think about it with all this dancing and singing, how she was just a year younger than me, and now we are part of a second-line parade, waving white napkins imprinted with her name, high-stepping right in the middle of Fortin Street, breaking boundaries down along the edge of the racetrack, swimming in the wake of this woman who is a force of nature, traveled everywhere, but chose to end here, right at the gates of the JazzFest, so she could live each moment for music, dressed wildly, a different outfit for every day. She could have been our friend if things hadn't shut down, and instead, here we are celebrating her life with her husband of 33 years, the master of ceremonies. Coincidences never cease to amaze in this big little city, so like the curving Mississippi, connecting north and south, leaving its layers of sediment, surviving so much loss, and still rising up, making history.
I win the Saints, win the Super Bowl. Yes, the Saints next year going back to the bowl. Everybody say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Saints go marching in. Now when the Saints go marching by.